Now then, we come to the second learning style, which is subconscious. If you think in terms of astrology, it should be considering the third house of Gemini, or wherever Mercury is placed in, and or the sixth house, the Virgo. These are two houses ruled by Mercury in astrology. We are trying to bridge astrology and psychology. Yes, we are in the second sheet over here. So this sheet, workbook, you see three sheets. First sheet consisting of some question and answers, which are about, how many of them? About 35 of them. Okay. And the answers, once again, instruction is here. You just have to type a yes in this box, and it will all be total later. The second sheet, each question has 4 options, and there are a total of 34 questions. So these are subconscious learning styles, and we have captured them here in the summary in terms of 4 things, which are more of neuro-linguistic style. Audio digital, meaning something which you think internally, internal verbal processing, your thought process. Visual, of course, which is readily seen as what you perceive, what you see through your eyes. And third one being audio, which you hear, and kinesthetic, which can feel and touch both. So let us examine this and why the planets are this way, because we are trying to get to how astrology and psychology can be linked in your natal chart. If you're interested in this Excel worksheet, description and the download link is in the description box. Okay, you can download this Excel worksheet for free and you can test it out with your natal chart. Also divisional charts, but natal chart is better. So let us start first with visual, which is a combination of Venus and Mercury, as I have put here. Visual communication is something that is seen by a person more in terms of eyes. Venus stands for eyes in astrology. Communication stands for Mercury. So the combinations of Venus and Mercury as conjunction or as aspecting one another should be good. They'll be more visual creatures, or if it is in the Kendras. These people tend to be distracted by long verbal instructions. Appearance is more important to them. They are interested in how your message looks. Words don't make much sense to them as much as looks do. Picture paints 1,000 words sort of people. If you are communicating with visuals, you might send them pictures, videos, slides with images, or pie charts like this, for example, written reports. You should also look at the phrases they use. They will use something like, do you see what I see? Look here or look there. Do you share my views? These are the kind of words they will use. Can you focus here? Or this appears so and so. These are the words they will use. The phrases like beyond a shadow of a doubt or a bird's eye view is common for those who are sort of visually focused. Okay. So you look at combinations in the chart of Mercury and Venus. Mercury and Venus. Now in this sample one, this person is 25% visual, very much like audio. So what is auditory communicators? There's a type of communicators people will engage in. You might want to draw a parallel between your Vedic astrology natal chart and mainstream psychology. That's the whole idea of this study. Okay. So auditory will be more listeners. Words make huge impact on such people. Auditories can easily be distracted by noise because they are literally listening very intently. More energy is focused in the ears. So it's a combination, as I see it, of Jupiter and Moon. Moon is affecting the emotional body. Words make a lot of impact on them. You can hurt them by words. You see these kind of people. They like music. They like audio books. They like talking on the phone. They're very talkative people. It could be a combination of Mercury also, who's very talkative. Jupiter, because it's more of internal processing. Hearing is very internal processing. Audio and audio digital, as you see, both have Jupiter in them. Jupiter in astrology stands for ears, the ethers. So they will use things like this sounds right or this doesn't sound right. They will be interested in teleseminars and conference calls. They will intently listen in meetings, for example. They will memorize by steps, procedures, sequences. Structure in your communication will be important. This is what the Jupiter does with us. It translates whatever is heard as pieces of knowledge, connecting the dots. They will respond to the tone of your voice and words. If they hear a boss who's very agitated on a given day, for example, they will hear the tone more than the actual words spoken. They will miss the meanings in trade for the tone of the voice, so to speak. And they like to be told how they are doing. A lot of compliments have to be fed to these people. Auditory communicators, they will use words like, I hear you, or do you listen to what I'm saying? Or see the sounds that the birds are making. Or do you resonate with this or that? I resonate with this idea. That's an auditory communicator. So they will use phrases like, this rings a bell, or in a manner of speaking, or let me lend your ear. Lend me your ear, or hold your tongue. Typically what teachers would use, very auditory. Next comes the kinesthetic communicators, which I feel in astrological terms is more of a Rahu, north node of the moon, and Mars. Both are very touchy creatures. They have physical touch, and they will interpret that physical touch even as a feeling. Some people are very creepy in that, right? Kinesthetic communicators learn by doing, action, Mars. By moving, by acting out. People who go to gym, do yoga, they feel centered because of that. Hands-on experience. They will often move or talk slowly and breathe heavily. So the kinesthetic communicators tend to articulate what they are trying to say. They will use word how it feels to them. This feeling is both feeling of physical touch and emotional. That's why I put Rahu and Mars together. One could add Moon also in this, because Moon is a feeler. Does it feel right? Does it give them a good gut feeling? See that these people are the gut feelers. They memorize by doing or by walking through something. Let me walk you through this solution, for example. Kinesthetics will respond favorably to the following words. I feel you. Or this is a very touchy thing, touchy subject. Or do you grasp the concept what I'm saying? See, grasping is a physical thing, but yet they are using it with ideas. Do you grasp what I'm trying to convey? Or give me a concrete subject to talk about. See, that's again very physical, but we are using it in an analogous format. Phrases they will use is to get a hold of. I need to get a hold of this. And I need you to catch on with me. Or I need you to tap into what I'm saying. Or what it boils down to. Or these and that go hand in hand. All of these are touch-related faculties, yet they're using it in descriptions. The last one on our list is audio digital. Now this is an internal thought process. This is your mind chatter, which comprises of Jupiter and Ketu together or aspecting one another. or in some relation with one another, like Jupiter in Ketu Nakshatras, Ketu in Jupiter Nakshatras. It can be or any one of them. Jupiter in Scorpio, for example, or South Node, Ketu in Pisces or in Sagittarius. Very audio digital, very highly internal processing. Audio digital communicators often exhibit characteristics other than the above three. They will be tending to focus themselves in what makes sense. Does it make sense to you? They will use these words. They memorize by steps, procedures, and sequences because they're logical. Ketu is very logical. When Jupiter is combined, they become seriously logical. The most analytical of four types, auditory, digital, will respond to the following words. Does it make sense to you? Do you understand what I am saying? Have you thought about this? Are you learning something new? What is the process by which I accomplish this? Have you decided yet? Have you considered so and so? Do you know such a thing? The act of knowing is Jupiter in astrology. The act of thinking being the intellect, which is Mercury. Can we change this? Or how do I motivate so and so? Jupiter is the great motivator. Yes? So this is what we are talking about when we are talking about the subconscious pattern, beginnings of it. There is this last sheet, subconscious patterns totals, which I'll get to in the very end. Ignore these totals. This will go into another worksheet, so don't bother about this. So I encourage you to go through the first sheet, type in yes here. Try to stick to one option rather than more than one option. You could go for two, but that will dilute the whole exercise. And next sheet, second sheet, it's Learning Style 2, and it will automatically change this pie chart. And then you can take your Vedic astrology natal chart, take this and see if a correlation is being made, and if it's so, I'd like to hear about it in the comment box. This is a study, and this will be very closely linked with your natal chart and your inherent nature, probably even the D9 chart in astrology. Okay? I'll see you the next. Take care, be safe.